Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Sleeper, 14 TD rookie running back could take over starting role for Cowboys. Whatever University of Texas running back Jaden Blue thought about waiting until the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft to hear his name called, once he saw who picked him, it's fair to say all his other concerns faded away. The first reason was the team that picked him, the Dallas Cowboys, which we assume is a pretty desirable destination for a player born and raised in Texas and who played college football in Texas. Another reason, and perhaps the one that matters most, is that the Cowboys have the depth of a kiddie pool at running back, and those carries are up for grabs in a big way. Dallas is without its leading rusher from 2024 in Rico Dowdle, who left for the Carolina Panthers in free agency. The Cowboys signed their own free agent running back in Javonte Williams on a 1-year, $3 million contract, but he's not someone an offense can or should build a running game around. NFL.com's Chad Reuter put Blue at number 1 on his list of Day 3 picks who could compete for starter snaps in 2025. The Cowboys might begin the year with starting reps going to veteran back Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, but Blue should have a chance to be the guy for the Blue and Silver by mid-season, Reuter wrote on May 5. The Texas product's home run hitting ability as a runner and receiver makes it imperative that he's on the field. Bleacher Report's Matt Holder put Blue at the top of his list of sleeper running backs who could start for their teams as rookies. The best rookie running back in the NFL in 2024 was also a mid to late round pick in Tampa Bay Buccaneers star Bucky Irving, who was selected in the 4th round, number 125 overall, out of Oregon, and rushed for 1,122 yards despite not becoming the starter until late in the season. That's the template Blue and every rookie running back will try and follow in 2025. Both NFL.com's Lance Zierlein and Bleacher Report both projected Blue as a 3rd-round pick after his breakout season in 2024, when he had a career-high 1,098 yards from scrimmage and scored 14 touchdowns as the Longhorns advanced to the college football playoff semifinals. Blue, 5'9" and 196 pounds, did the main thing he needed to do in the pre-draft process when he ran the 40-yard dash in a blazing 4.38 seconds at the NFL Scouting Combine. Analytics show the Cowboys got a huge steal during 2025 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys have received a lot of praise for their 2025 draft class, and a big reason why is due to the selection of Boston College pass rusher Donovan Ezeruoku. Many draft experts believe that he could have been a first-round pick as he was the number 22 player on the Athletics consensus big board. The tape for Ezeruoku was fantastic, and his performance during the 2025 Senior Bowl solidified his spot inside the top 50 picks. But how does Ezeruoku compare from an analytics perspective compared to the other top pass rushers in the class? In a recent article by ESPN, they asked their hosts of NFL experts to name their favorite picks from the 2025 NFL Draft. In that piece, Seth Walder, the sports analytics director at ESPN, named Ezeruoku as his favorite pick in the class. Here is what he had to say about the Cowboys stealing the Boston College pass rusher at pick number 44. My sack model had Ezeruoku essentially tied with James Pierce Jr. for the 3rd best forecast in the class. Despite not playing for an elite team in college, which can sometimes boost a player's sack numbers, he racked up 16.5 sacks in 2024. Dallas only had to use a 2nd-round pick to get him. Walder's model relies on sack numbers and pressure rate to rank pass rushers, and he had only Abdul Carter and Mike Green ranked ahead of Ezeruoku coming into the draft. But sack totals aren't the only encouraging metric for Ezeruoku. Tackles for a loss is one of the most predictive statistics when it comes to evaluating pass rushers, and the key number is 1.5 tackles for loss per game in a single season. If a pass rusher can reach that mark, the odds of him becoming a Pro Bowl player in the NFL are very high. Ezeruoku reached that number during the 2024 college football season, recording 1.75 tackles for loss per game, 21 total, for Boston College. The fact that he has so many sacks and tackle for a loss production is a great indicator of potential success in the NFL. It's also worth mentioning that Ezeruaku had another season, 2022, where he recorded 15 tackles for a loss in 12 games, which is incredibly impressive when you account for his age. The Cowboys are hoping that Ezeruaku can contribute as a rookie, likely as a situational pass rusher. But if Ezeruaku can prove that he can create consistent pressure opposite Parsons, it's going to be tough to take him off the field. The expectations are high for this All-American pass rusher, and they should be given his track record of production in the ACC. Cowboys make blockbuster trade for projected $101 million wide receiver George Pickens. The Dallas Cowboys may have turned their offseason around in a single move, pulling off a blockbuster trade for controversial Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver George Pickens and sending a jolt through the entire franchise. Fox Sports NFL insider Jordan Schultz reported the terms of the deal where the Cowboys received Pickens in exchange for a 2026 third-round pick to the Steelers and a day 3 pick swap between the teams. Comp update: it's a third-round pick back to the Steelers and day 3 pick swap with the Cowboys in exchange for George Pickens, per sources, Schultz wrote on his official X account on May 7. The Cowboys can now pair Pickens with superstar wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, a 3-time NFL All-Pro who signed a 4-year, $136 million contract extension in August 2024, creating one of the NFL's premier wide receiver duos before they ever even play in a game together. Lamb hasn't played with another 1,000-yard wide receiver since spending his first 2 seasons with Amari Cooper, who was traded to the Cleveland Browns in March 2022. If Dallas is going to return to the playoffs and start the Brian Schottenheimer era off by seriously contending, the team must shore up the receiving core as soon as possible, Bleacher Report's Alex K. wrote on May 6. With every marquee free agent already under contract, the deal for Pickens was the best way to accomplish this goal. Spotrac projects Pickens' next contract to be in the range of a 4-year, $101.1 million contract, and he's in the final year of the 4-year, $6.75 million contract he signed after he was drafted in the second round, number 52 overall, of the 2022 NFL Draft and is due $3.65 million in 2026. And you, what did you think of this trade? Leave your like, subscribe to the channel and see you next time.